what's going on, my friend? Hey, you ready for episode 119? The daily habits that radically change your life and those around you? Well, hey, come take a ride with me, come take a drive with me for this amazing episode. It's going to be part three. So, hey, let's do it right now.
It's about that time, and now it's going down. And we ain't letting nothing stop us, ain't no slowing down. Now, it's Kingdom Marketing Secrets, and every single week you gotta be there.
I think it's finally time. I think it's time to flow. I think it's time to start this podcast so they can know the right tips and strategies that bring success. It calls heaven on earth and our business. But this is all true because he changed the game and brought the kingdom to every soul representing his name. Now position yourself in him to be blessed and bring heaven on earth in your business. It's about that time and now it's going down. And we ain't letting nothing stop us, ain't no slowing down. Nah, it's Kingdom Marketing Secrets, and every single week you gotta be this. It's about that time, and now it's going down. And we ain't letting nothing stop us, ain't no slowing down. Nah, it's Kingdom Marketing Secrets, and every single week you gotta be this.
Welcome to Kingdom Marketing Secrets, where you'll hear the best tips, tactics, and takeaways, and any other cool words starting with T, so you can advance your business online the Kingdom way. Welcome your host, Christopher Harold.
All right, welcome back, my friend. And hey, if you're watching this right now, if you're listening, I'm actually driving. And so I'm going to park. I think that'll be the safest thing for us to do so I can deliver this powerful episode for you. And it kind of reminds me of one of my mentors. He used to do his podcast episodes from his car. So I'm going to do mine from my car today for you as well, my friend. So, hey, this is Christopher Harold, guys, and welcome to episode 119 of the Kingdom Marketing Secrets podcast. And this is part 3. You know, I hope you guys have been enjoying this. I've been getting a lot of feedback from you guys from this amazing 3-point series that I've been sharing. So I hope you've been finding this very valuable. If it's your first time checking me out, I am the Kingdom Marketing Superman. I am the founder of God's Masterpiece, where we help Christ-centered coaches triple their business and go from overworked to overwhelmed to creating a automated system that attracts new clients online in a fast and predictable way. And a best-selling author of Kingdom Affirmations as well. If you don't have my book, go get my book. Go to kingdomaffirmations.com and get yourself a copy. It will radically shift your life as well. And I'm excited. So this here is going to be the finale. You know, we kind of did a trilogy. You know, everything's all about trilogies nowadays, right? So we kind of did a trilogy. And what I'm about to share with you now is going to be part 3 of this 3-part series. If you happen to miss the previous episodes, episode 117, episode 118, just simply go watch it. Go to your favorite podcast app, and you can listen to it and download it, or you go on YouTube and you can find it as well. So, but this is gonna be episode 119. So, in the previous ones, here's the deal, guys. I'm gonna share this again. It's so important that you are constantly growing as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, right? Just period. If you're not growing, you are regressing. And so, what I was sharing about what inspired me to do this 3-part series was because of a book that I've been reading. And it's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, right? Powerful book. Go get it. And I was kind of sharing some of these nuggets that I was like, this could be some daily habits that I can share, you know, with others out there to give you more value. They can radically change your life, not just your life, but those around you. In the previous 2 episodes, I shared 3 of these powerful things you can do right now. This one here, we're going to finish it out. All right. So let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. So now we're going to be on number 7, right? Number 7. And number 7 is simply this. Spend a moment thinking of someone to thank. You know, scientists did this study, and I actually talked about this a little bit in my book too, but okay. Scientists did this study where they showed that the more grateful you are, the more gratitude that you have, the more peace you have in your life, the more success you begin to manifest in your life. And it's something about, you know, the Bible talks about that, you know, it says, you know, in all things, right? In 1 Thessalonians, in all things give thanks, right? It's something that if you have an attitude of gratitude, your life will radically shift. right? And so this one here is like, so each day, just spend a moment thinking of someone you can thank, right? God, to be obvious, right? Hey, you're here, you're breathing his free oxygen, you got the breath in your lungs, thank him, right? But also think of a human, right? Think of someone that you could thank as well. And so spend a moment thinking, you put yourself in this awesome mindset, right? Where you just like, who can I thank today, right? Who can I just thank for them to being who they are? You know, they don't have to do anything, just to being who they are, right? So think about that. All right, next one. Oh, this is a good one. It's something that I used to have a lot of challenges with, and it's something that began to radically shift my life and radically transform my life once I began to incorporate this and see, I turned this activity into a habit, because I think this is something that most entrepreneurs struggle with. I know I did for years. All right, and what is it? Learn to live in the present moment. Right now I'm at a park. You guys watching this on video, you can see I'm at a park right now. I'll pull it over. See, I'm gonna turn this right. You can see. So I'm at a park, right? And I can remember clear as day bringing my kids to this park, right? But literally, my mind wasn't there, right? My body was here, but my mind wasn't. While I'm at this park, my mind was thinking about my business. My mind was thinking about something else that was like, you know, it could have been worrying about something else, thinking about something else. But literally, while I should be here in the moment, spending this quality time with my kids, my mind was thinking about something else. And most of the time it was business or something else that was concerning me. You know, what do they say? Most times the things we worry about rarely ever happen, but we still do it, right? And so things began to radically shift for me when I began to just spend that time. So if I came to the park with my kids, it was like, okay, I'm done. Let me leave my phone at home, right? So that way I ain't got to worry about checking Facebook. I ain't got to worry about checking emails. I ain't got to worry about doing none of that stuff. I can just focus on spending this quality time with my kids, right? And I thank God that I was able to incorporate this to a daily habit now. So so when I'm done with business stuff, it's time to spend time with the kids. Bam, my mind is focused on the kids. Just the other day, you know, after I got shut down my business stuff, I went outside with my sons and the neighborhood kids, and I played football with them. I was a quarterback, right, for the kids, and my mind was thinking about just them. It wasn't thinking about business. It wasn't thinking about anything else. It was just them. And your kids and your family actually notice that. They know when your mind is not with them, right? So begin to learn to live in the present moment, because all you and I truly have is the present moment. The past is done, right? The future is yet to come. So begin to live in that moment. And Jesus talked about this. Why worry about tomorrow, right? Jesus said tomorrow have enough issues of its own. So why spend your time worry about shoulda, coulda, woulda, or something else? Spend that time in the moment, because when it's all said and done, all you truly have is those present moments, especially if you got kids like I do, you know, because they grow up just like this. I can remember my oldest, who'll be 17 here in a couple of months. I remember her being, you know, sleeping on daddy's chest. And then she's about to be 17. So spend those time in a moment with your family, right? And when you're in business mode, be in business mode. Family mode, or whatever else. So learn to live in the present moment, right? And watch what happens. Here's another one. Oh, this is a good one too. What am I doing? Some of you are like, what the heck is he doing? Right? What am I doing right now? If you're watching and listening, I'm breathing. Why? Because this ninth habit that I want you to do every single day is breathe before you speak. I can remember my great grandmother, God rest her soul. But when I was younger, she taught me something that maybe your parents, grandparents taught you. And that was that when you upset, when you're angry, she taught me to count to 10, right? She said, count to 10, right? And sometimes you can do that, sometimes I couldn't, right? Well, I want you to take it one step further now. Not only do I want you to count to 10, I want you to do what I just did. Take deep breaths. So if situations happen, someone's approached you in certain kind of ways, something has irritated you in the business, whatever it might be, kids, team member, staff, client, people, whatever the case may be, right? People, right? Breathe before you speak. It's funny that the Bible says, watch your anger, right? It says a fool sends forth his spirit in Proverbs 29, right? It means a fool burst out with these, these rages of anger, right? This anger outburst, right? The Bible calls you a fool, right? It's the person who can control his anger is a fool. And he said, do not have anything to do with that person, right? Well, so what I want you to do is and it's a habit that I've been teaching myself now, is something happens, someone irritates you, whatever the case may be, is to not only count to 10 before you respond back to them, is take deep breaths, right? It's so kind of like I was just doing. So you could be like, something happens, you get upset. 1, 2. And if you're really upset, go to 25. Don't even stop at 10. Go to 25. What it does, you will see it calms you down and it allows you not to have those same outbursts of anger that naturally would have done. Trust me, I've been guilty of that. Where something happens, bam, I'm like a volcano, right? And don't think, don't breathe, don't count to 10, right? And then typically, I could regret the way I responded, right? Most times we do. Most of the time we will regret the way we respond. So, breathe before you speak. Let begin to truly see the emotion, right? See why you're angry and watch what happens. That right there may radically just change your life and also those around you. All right. And as you know me, all my classes, students in God's Masterpiece, if you ever attended any of my master classes, or virtual events, right? You know that I do this more than anybody else. And what's that? It's the reason why they call me Mr. OD. Why? Because I always over deliver. So I got one for you to grow on. So I got a bonus one for you here, number 10, right? This is gonna be the last one. So what is the 10th thing? And this was interesting, but it's something too that is allowing me to grow more. And it's this: begin to read books or read articles with different points of view. What do I mean? Hey, here's the deal. You and I are naturally inclined to read stuff, watch stuff, support stuff that lines up with our viewpoint, that lines up with our paradigm, right? For example, you have liberals and conservatives, right? People who are ultra liberal tend to watch maybe CNN and different things like that. People who are conservative may watch Fox News, right? And then you got these other channels all in between, right? But typically that's all they stay with. And what happens is you only have a slanted view because, and trust me, and this is really good for religious folks too. I used to be a religious person, but now I'm a kingdom person. But when I was very religious, a religious Christian, I will not tolerate. Now, understand this. This doesn't mean you tolerate or you lose your viewpoint, right? Just because you begin to open yourself up doesn't mean that you begin to compromise your values, right? As a believer, I'm not going to compromise to say, well, you know what? Jesus was not God. Jesus did not rise from the dead, right? I'm not going to compromise those values, right? What it means is that instead of me being shut myself off to a Muslim or an atheist or a Buddhist, right, is that I become open-minded. Like, I'm curious, why is this person a Buddhist? Why do they think this way, right? It puts you in a different dynamic. And I thank God that I left that religious mindset where I was just so condescending and just shut people off. You see it today. The people out there now who shut down, people call themselves Hebrew Israelites. Instead of asking, why do they believe that? Why do they have that mindset? You see it in politics. hardcore Democrats, hardcore Republicans, hardcore conservatives, hardcore liberals, right? And that's all they do is consume themselves with content, podcasts, TV, books, articles, who people just believe what they believe. And the problem with that is you shut yourself off to the other side, right? In order for us to do better on this planet, in order for us to remove the division on this planet, to remove all this racism, all this hatred, right, on the whole planet, hatred in religion, hatred in the world, right, is to become open-minded. And that means subjecting yourselves to other people's viewpoints and just asking them, I'm curious, why do you believe that? So maybe it's reading books, right? If you're a hardcore conservative, maybe starting to read books of liberals, and just because at the end of the day, love covers a multitude. The only way you're going to win the kingdom of heaven is going to be illustrated on earth is through love. That's the foundation, right? The Bible talks about love. So, and love doesn't mean compromise. Love doesn't mean tolerance. Love is loving the person. By loving a person is not condemning a person, because the only one who has a heaven and hell to put somebody in is God. None of us do, right? So it's just being open to different points of view. And what it would do, you will grow as a person. You will learn to accept people as they are. And also people will be willing to share more with you and be more open to your viewpoint, right? The problem is that when we shut ourselves off, people don't want anything to do with us, and we miss opportunities, right? We miss those opportunities. So be open to other points of view, right? That's how we grow. That's how we grow, because most of us have our different paradigms based off our experiences, based off where we grew up at, our family, our environment, our neighborhood, our economic status, our communities, right? And we tend to think this is how life is, and it's not, right? America is totally different to different races of people in America. Totally different. But if all you do is hang around people who think like you, who look like you, and believe what you believe, you're going to have that slanted view, right? And to you, it's going to be true. But it doesn't mean it's fact, right? So you want to be open. That's how we grow in our business. That's how we grow in life. And that's how we expand the kingdom of God here on earth as well. So to me, that was pretty awesome. So I hope you enjoyed this, my friend. These are some powerful things. Like I said, if you missed the episode 117, episode 118, go back and watch it. I think it's going to be very valuable for you. But you got value from this? You know what I want you to do? Take a snapshot of this. Post it on my Instagram at Christopher_Harrell. Tell me what you find most valuable about that. Or go on Facebook at Chris Harrell page. Take a snapshot and say, man, this is what I found most valuable. Comment below. Or if you're watching this or listen to this on a podcast, if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? Subscribe to my podcast. Please leave a review. Your reviews are very important as well. But hey, I'd like to know what you thought about this 3-part series. If you found it valuable, was it helpful for you? Let me know as well. And also, if you happen to be a coach, consultant, and expert, and you're looking to scale your business to 6 figures plus, and you like to do so in 180 days or less without being overwhelmed, you know, and also you want to go from being overworked, and you want a system in place to help you do so, go to godsmasterpieceacademy.com, follow the steps there, and I can show you exactly how you can do that right now in your business. All right, my friends. So remember this, keep putting God first, and you too shall succeed. And don't forget, God loves you. All right, my friend. Until the next episode, peace and God bless.
Thanks for listening to Kingdom Marketing Secrets. For more powerful resources to grow your business the Kingdom way, go to kingdommarketingsecrets.com. If this podcast has impacted you, we ask you to subscribe, post a review, and share it with a friend.